Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment, where we love pop culture. Today, it's time for another Married with Children episode review. Now the Bundys, they've been known to find themselves on the wrong side of the law from time to time. But what happens when an old friend comes back to town who's on the run and they find out there's a big payday for turning him in? Well, that's going to lead to my episode review from Season 6, Episode 17, called The Egg and I. Now poor Al, it seems like he can never catch a break, especially when it comes to finances. Here in this episode, he's going to receive word that he owes everything he's earned over the years, and that's going to be $44. Now while Kelly's suggestion is just to give the government the bird and not pay back the money, Al says if he doesn't pay back the money, this could lead to interest and penalty charges, and this bill could be $50 or $60 by the time it's over with, and that's a bill that Al could never pay back. Now returning in this episode is going to be Steve Rhodes, who had left Marcy to go off and be a park ranger at Yosemite National Park. Or is it Yosemite? I don't know. I can never get those two right, but you guys get the point. Now Steve had recently taken a rare canyon hawk egg, and while the Bundys look at this as a potential next meal, Steve is going to tell them that this egg is very rare and that the government was going to do some type of experiments on it in a lab, which caused him to take the egg, and now this is why he is a fugitive on the run. Now, in addition to being a fugitive on the run, Steve has also come back in hopes of reclaiming his wife. Now, before Peg has the opportunity to tell Steve that Marcy has moved on, well, Al, he's gonna cut her off, all in hopes of getting some enjoyment as to what can go down when Steve finds out that he now has competition. Now for me personally, this is one of my favorite moments in Married with Children history, when Steve sneaks back into the bedroom, all in hopes of surprising Marcy that he's back. But Steve, he's gonna get a couple of surprises. First, he's gonna think that Marcy has actually grown her hair out, but then he's gonna come to realize that this person with the longer hair is actually gonna be another man, and that being Jefferson. Now with binoculars and popcorn in hand, the Bundys, they're gonna have a lot of laughs at the chaos that they've caused. Now after getting rejected by Marcy, Steve has no other choice, at least for the time being, than to hunker down with the Bundys. Now the FBI, they're also in town, and they're going door to door asking everybody if they've seen the whereabouts of Steve and the missing egg. Now Al is essentially going to tell this FBI agent to hit the road, because if a man who served his country, and of course by Al's definition that means played high school football, isn't exempt from paying state and federal taxes, well, he has nothing to say to them. But the Bundys' attitude might change when they hear a news report that says that if anybody has information leading to the arrest of Steve Rhodes and the recovery of that egg, well, they can get a $10,000 reward. Now after Marcy makes it bluntly known that she's going to be choosing Jefferson over Steve, it's going to be not only the end of the road in hopes of getting back with his ex-wife, but also for his fugitive status, because here the FBI, they're going to come barging in the door and take Steve off to jail. Now the Bundys are going to question who the heck turned Steve in, because they were the only ones who knew about him being a fugitive, and that's when it's revealed that it's none other than Buck, the Bundy's dog, who actually somehow turned Steve in, and he's going to collect that reward money, and he's definitely going to be able to enjoy more than kibbles and bits for dinner now. Now from the opening moments of this episode until the closing credits, for me personally, this episode is nothing but non-stop laughs. And so I think it's only appropriate that I give the episode, The Egg and I, a 10 out of 10. Now while there are plenty of funny moments to be had here in this episode, my favorites are definitely when we see Steve and Jefferson arguing over Marcy, which in turn almost makes both Al and Peg go blind. Plus, who can forget the Bundys trying to serve up that smoking tang to Al? Just so many great moments to be had here in this episode. Now, what are your thoughts on the episode The Egg and I, and what episodes of Married with Children would you like to see me review here in the future? Comment down below. Now guys, if you've missed any of these Married with Children episode reviews, I've included a link down below that'll take you to the playlist. So if you're just here for Married with Children episode reviews, you can check them all out at your ease and at your convenience. Now guys, I will be dropping another episode of my Married with Children reviews next Sunday. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe here to the channel so you can stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.